So thank you for joining our new webinar here. And we want to show you how you can find profitable Black Friday discounts without losing money, because most of Black Friday offers are burning a lot of money, and it's a kind of old marketing thinking that it's a good idea to promote to super low prices, and in the hope that people who buy your super cheap products will buy later your expensive products. And so what Frank and University of Hannover did in the last months is a lot of research on trying to find out what could be a perfect Black Friday discount without losing money.
It's a good summary. So actually, yeah, the whole topic of finding the right discount is it's probably a topic you could write a book about it. So we will not cover this whole book and the whole sphere today. Rather, we would like to draw a spotlight on quite a practical tool which may help you to find a better discount, which also will help you anyways for any kind of discount you are doing throughout the year. And hopefully this will be inspiring, because we have a special spotlight on a different view. So, and this different view I like to illustrate with my very first slide. And what you see here is basically, hey, the white dot here is basically the typical price you have today, right? And how do companies typically find the discount they are going to use? So first off, most of companies just use a discount level everyone else uses, right? 20% or whatever is whatever your competition is using typically is in the range of what companies try to use. But other companies then try to optimize that. And how do you optimize it? You basically draw conclusions from past experiences, right? So basically, maybe you did in the last year, you did a 20% discount and you got an uplift of 60%, right? So from this, you could say, hey, I know what the uplift of this discount will be, right? And you could even say, hey, that means 40% off means 120% uplift. Yeah, you could use this assumption. Yeah. But what companies typically see is when they have more than one data point, they see, oops, at the same discount level, the uplifts can be very different, very different. So it could be 10%, 60, 200, all at the same discount level. And then there's a big question mark. Why is it, right? It's the same discount level. There's a reason for that. I come to this in a minute. The other problem with just looking at those experiences is that typically you just try 20%, right? Nobody tried 50 or 5, right? So you don't have experiences on the whole range of possible discounts. So basically all other levels or most other levels of possible discounts is guesswork. Yeah. So instead, what you would want to do is to not just fit here a number, basically a function, yeah, this assumption. But rather what you like to do is you would like to find this function, which is basically the discount effect. Basically, you want to know what's the discount, the uplift based on any typical discount you may want to give into the market. That's what you want to know. And if you know that, you can basically optimize, because if you do little Excel sheet simulation, you know where the optimal, where basically your profit maximizes, right? But now you may ask, okay, when I know that, but why do I have so many different experiences? Yeah, the blue versus the black dot. And the reason is that the uplift not only depends on the discount level, but on the context. And discounts are heavily different from a discount which is promoted on a leaflet on the front and center, or maybe you even have big advertisements in TV, or just in a discount which is a discount but not specially advertised. So the advertising is basically a multiplier of your discount effect, right? So that makes it so hard to learn from past experiences. So instead, what you should do is really find out the customer's response to a discount level and go from there, right? And you can then try to leverage those effects by doing advertising, put it on a whatever you do to basically promote your discount. But you should detangle that and do understand these are two different things. So in a nutshell, what it needs, yeah, to optimize your discount is you need to understand how your customers will respond without advertising to certain discount levels. So how do you understand how your customers will respond? Actually, either you try it all, yeah, in the market, which is mostly not feasible, or you do market research. And for market research, there are different techniques available, right? Gabor Granger, Van-Westendorp, Conjoint. And there is a new methodology which uses neuroscience methods and machine learning, which we call Implicit Pricing Intelligence. And I mentioned that because there is a recent study of the University of Ostfalia, which Wolfgang mentioned, which now analyzed and compared those four methods of market research to find out which one is most accurately measuring those discount effect curve, this price demand curve, right? So that's they did it on 13 very different products, tested all products with 4 different methods, then compared, do those results predict market share and predict outcomes of promotions? And here are the results. So this is Professor Lippold with the whole study outset. So different products from pet food, savory snacks, smartphones, whatever. Yeah, so 100 persons interviewed per product, overall 5,000 sample size. So first result was that the professor looked at how is the demand prediction correlating with the market share of the product. And it found that the implicit intelligence method by far outperforms all other methodologies. The other data points where they looked at is the method able to predict the outcome of a promotion effect? And they looked at 5 different examples from promotion effects. And again, the implicit price intelligence were most accurate. Here is an example of a savory snack product, which was reduced from 249 to 179 and got 40% more demand. And basically, that's pretty much what the implicit price intelligence had predicted. So basically, the outcome of the study was quite clear that the implicit price intelligence method is most precisely predicting and estimating the response to promotions. The other methods are valuable as well, but for different purposes, right? So conjoint measurement is valuable if you want to optimize your product, yeah? If you want to understand the value of features. But for this specific use case that you have a simple product and you want to find the optimal price, it turned out to be not very reliable in this setting of this study. Van-Westendorp is also very useful, but not for finding the optimal price, but for finding a viable price range. So it's needed in earlier stages of product development. Gabor Granger is also interesting because it's a quick and easy to do assessment of the price, but it's not as precise as the implicit price intelligence. And precision is what you want because it translates into millions of profits. So that's being in a nutshell the outcome of the method. And I would like to show you basically how you can very easily set up your price test yourself. And one word before I show you the tool about the methodology. It basically merges the so-called implicit association test with artificial intelligence. What's implicit association test? It's a test from neuroscience where you analyze how fast people can give the opinion. And what researchers found is that a fast answer is an answer which already have existed in the brain of the human. So everyone has already an opinion what a good price for your product is, even if he never saw your product, right? So if there is a screw, right, which someone says it costs $1,000, you would say, no, it's too expensive. But how can you know? You know because you never have seen screws for $1,000, right? So no matter what the context is, you always have an opinion. And this opinion, this intuitive reaction of people towards the product and the price can be measured, and it's the main predictor of purchase intent. So, and that's basically what the method is using. And with that, it's better, easier, faster, and even has lower costs than conventional methods. So there are longer articles and study reports which drives you through the methodology. And if you're interested, we can guide you in a one-on-one in this as well. But I think you would be more interested now in actually seeing how you basically set it up, such a study. And for that, I try to share my screen and show you. Wait a minute. Where can I find it? No. So here we go. So basically, I've already lots of study here in my view, but basically you go through 3 simple steps. First, you set up a study here. Let's take Sonos. You basically say, what's the category, product name, the country you want to survey in. And that's basically it. You just need to know to estimate the incidence rate of your, basically how many people of the general population are buyer of your category. And then the survey is set up, and then you add products, right? So for instance, here we added the Move product. You give the name, a product description, which you would basically put online. You add the picture, and this is basically the product introduction, which the respondents will see. As a next step, you define the price range. Basically, what's the price you expect? What's the high price? Yeah, you are guided with those questions. What's the low price? And this ends up with suggestion 7 price points. These price points will be tested. You have the opportunity to change that as well. So with that, within 5 minutes, you have set up your product, and you can basically target here implicit intelligence survey. You start it, and then it fields it, right? For consumer, it's sent to a panel, and shortly after, once the field is closed, you will see the results. The results look like that you basically have the orange curve as the price demand function. And you then can define, hey, what's the cost of goods sold? What's the tax which are included in Europe, right? For the US, you would put it to 0. And what's the retail margin? Because that's not what the brand gets, right? So, and with this, the optimal price, the optimal profit is at $3.99, and that's basically what Sonos had done, and launched it very successfully, really at this price. And from the orange curve, you see then what is the market's response to reducing the price, right? So reducing it to $3.49 would not drive a lot of sales, but to $2.99 would drive it. Yeah, and then you can calculate if you want to do that. So with that, I would like to come to the end, because we need to finalize. Okay, Sonos was, of course, here. The CEO said it, very, very satisfied with the launch results. If you have further questions, go on supra.tools and resources. All the methods are described there in great detail, but of course, we still have 5 minutes. So if you have questions, let us know, then we can discuss it now.
Yes, Frank. One of the people who watches us now here, they ask themselves, where can I check profitability? Well, you know what I mean. The part of how can I find out that my promotion is profitable when I cut the price. Can you show it a little bit more detailed? Because this guy is checking a price for a product which costs $99 and he wants to offer it for $79 on this Black Friday approach. Yes, and he's not really sure what to do now. And can you show what is the best way to find out his best Black Friday price?
So basically you need to run that, and the graph I've showed you shows you what's the lift you get, right? So typically if you have done this exercise beforehand, you already have an optimal price, right? And if you have an optimal price, there's actually no need to reduce it, other than you have other reasons. For instance, you want to sell more because it lowers the production costs, yeah, or you have so much on stock. There are or you want to basically, sometimes companies set the typical price higher in order to reduce it more often, because they don't want to have a low regular price, because otherwise the competition would have a lower price too, right? So it is all those considerations which makes it not easy to give an easy answer to this question. But all this comes down to understanding how people will respond to a certain price. And this response can be leveraged by promotion. You have seen that for Sonos, the reduction of €100 got an uplift of, I don't know, 10% or 20% uplift, right? And this uplift could be now multiplied, yeah, by putting it on advertising. Yeah, you can easily sell double or triple the amount you would sell in the same period. But basically that's mostly because of the advertising.
Yeah. Right? And what someone else asks, what if you have no exact COGS or no exact production costs? So somebody said that he's very unsure. He doesn't really know what to do. And what would you recommend in this case?
I recommend to basically simulate the range, the possible range. And most of the time you end up with a possible range of optimal prices, which helps you a lot, because then you know, okay, somewhere between 300, 350, I should be there, right? So we can triangulate. But actually it's a mathematical truth that without costs you cannot optimize price. Yeah. So if you're unsure, then your results are unsure, but better you optimize or you have an optimized price range than no idea.
And someone asked if you have experiences changing the price within the Black Friday.
No, we don't.
Okay, so he says he would like to start with a higher price and then go down to see he's an e-commerce shop, he can see the results.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, it's if you have enough traffic, you can basically evaluate your own market response by experimenting. That's what I said. Most brands don't have that possibility, but if you basically can do your own experiment, you don't need those survey methods, because if your sample is good, basically if you can compare the hour where you tested this price with the hour where you test the other price, or you even randomize it, which is not so easy. Okay, yeah, and so you would not like to do it. So there are some constraints methodologically wise that's not so valid, but still it's probably, if you can do that, it's a good idea to experiment yourself.
Okay.
Cool.
Yes.
So full hour. Hope this was useful. Any questions later on, let us know. We are happy to talk further.
Great. Thank you, everybody.
Enjoy. Happy Friday.
Bye-bye.